So one of the things I'm gonna do this year, you know, usually I do videos that are pretty highly edited and you know, theatrical, dramatic, whatever. So I'm still gonna do some of those with the good kill shots we get and stuff. But one of the things that I've been asked quite a bit to do is just some how-to. Now, I'm not an expert coyote hunter, caller by any means, mediocre at best, but this is just kind of some of the things that I do that work for me, where I approach a site, I look at it depending on the sun, the wind, what direction I expect the coyotes to come from, how I'm going to set up, and yeah, just some things like that nature that, you know, when you come in an area, okay, there could be coyotes here. Okay, I want the sun at my back. Okay, always, if you can, wind in my face. That doesn't always work. One of my major rules is play the wind properly. Don't ever call with the wind at your back. It's just, if it's just not going to work. I mean, they might come in, but you'll never see them. I'll rephrase. You might get a coyote that way, but it's just, their noses are unreal. I've been busted at 500-600 yards. Their nose goes up and they smell you, and you're still trying to get the camera on them, and they're gone. So wind at your face is much more important than sun at your back, for sure. If you can, if at all, set up with the wind in your face, even a crosswind. And it's always trying to anticipate the direction that they're going to come from. Set yourself up in a position where they have a hard time coming from behind you. You know, I like 180 degrees on both sides. I can see them here, out in front. They really can't come from behind. It happens sometimes. I imagine lots of times they come in like that, bust me, and I don't even know it. But anyway, again, just some of the things that I do is I try and have some okay success with it. But if you guys have any tips or suggestions yourself, throw them in the comments. Hit the like button. Hey guys, first 3 stands this year. It's, well, I don't know what day it is exactly. It's around October 18th, 17th, somewhere in there. Went out last night, called in a coyote. Big rookie mistakes. I went out, I didn't check my gear before. I hadn't used it since last winter. My transmitter batteries were dead. They corroded and were dead. I got it working again. And the second thing was that my little decoy, my little fox jackbird, was gone, nowhere to be found. I got out there. So before you go out, check your gear. I charged the batteries, all that good stuff on the collar, but transmitter I didn't even look at. I really hadn't changed my batteries in years. It's never failed me, but this year it did. So the coyote first come in where I wasn't expecting him to. He come in much closer to me. He come out of the bush for a second. Couldn't really see me, but he knew something was wrong. Went back in the bush. He went down about 100 yards and just barked at me for a while. So I couldn't control my Fox Pro collar at all. I went and got it, snuck out there, got it, brought it back. Was kind of calling just manually with it, but you can't even see the calls. You're just kind of guessing what your call's going to be, so I have to listen to it really quietly. And I got some really cool footage of him barking and really mad at me, but it just wouldn't come out. So let's have a look at that one and see how it went down. Perfect. My decoy fell off my fox jack, so it's not a whole bunch going for me. He's right here. He just will not come out. I can't believe I can't see him. This coyote's actually starting to piss me off. I'm just gonna go quiet. He's come a lot closer. He's gotta come over. So I wouldn't say I made a mistake there. I'll show you guys the setup here. I'm in a long field. I walked in on this end. Just actually walked from home, and then I set up. The wind was kind of from the west here, so in my face. The sun was kind of in this back over here, so it wasn't bugging me too much. I was in the shade. I was expecting him to come from this direction. When he did come out, he was actually straight across, maybe 70 yards. So I tried to make a move on him, get my tripod set up so that I could get a shot on him and the camera on him, but he was just in that grass right there. And he buggered off back in the bush, and then he went over here for a little bit in the bush there and yipped at me, and then he come back here. But he just wouldn't come out. Like I said, my remote for my Fox Pro is dead or wrecked, one or the other, and my decoy off my Fox Jack was nowhere to be found once I got out here. So I wasn't having much luck with gear. It was just my first time out this year. I figured I'd have a look. It's been pretty cold. See if they're starting to fur up at all. I'm sure they are, but anyway. Coyotes 1, Banner 0, so I'm gonna head her back. So stand number 2, I call this one Old Faithful. It's on a big mound, a big high elevated platform. I don't worry about cover. I can see them coming from anywhere from 600 to 1,000 yards. Grass is pretty tall this year everywhere. Hasn't snowed yet, and we had lots of moisture this summer, so the grass grew up really good. But coyote came in. It was about half an hour. My minimum rule is half an hour. I don't go anywhere before that unless I'm really cold. It's 30 below, but I can't take it. But about 25 minutes in, he come in. I tried first with I think it was DSG Cottontail, and then I might have tried one other call, and then I ended off with Prairie Dog Distress, and he come into my left, come around, give me a perfect shot about 200 yards. I'm off the bog pod. I haven't shot a whole bunch off of that. Usually in that spot I would have been prone, but the grass was so tall I couldn't see, so I had the bog pod with me, and I must have wiggled. I still have to check my rifle. The second one I hit a little, the one I did get today was a little high too. I'll double check that. So there's another thing to do. You haven't shot your rifle in a year? Check it. So before I go it again, I'm going to check that rifle and make sure it's on 200 yards. So let's have a look at that footage. You guys can roast me 100%. I deserve it. Well, because I just flat out missed a coyote at 200 yards. I don't even know what to say to that. Check my rifle. I haven't shot it since last year, but it wasn't just a hair high. But I wanted to show you the layout, the setup of what can happen if you don't miss your shot. So here it is. I'm on a big elevated mound here. And there's a fence out there a little ways. You can see it. Couldn't get any closer, so I kind of like that, keeping them out there. But I haven't called here for quite a while, but I have about 180 degrees of viewing out to anywhere from 600 yards to 1,000 yards. They can't really come from behind me. Well, they could, but it's all fenced in reservoir, so wind is right on my face this morning. It's perfect. I'm not in any camo or anything. I just have my call out there where you can see it. And yeah, everything worked perfect. Nothing. Switched to DSG cottontail for a while. Nothing. And then the final one I switched over to prairie dog distress. And he come right over here, and he come all the way around the fence and come around and stuff. And might have been rushing a little bit, but no excuses. I missed. So the last stand, this one, I drove in, I got out there, the grass looked really tall, I didn't like it, but I thought I'm in here, I might as well give it a shot. There were some cows right close. They seen me and kind of went off far. I was actually not going to call there, but once they started to leave, then I thought I was safe to shoot there. So really just a few minutes of DSG cottontail, coyote come in the grass, and I'm fumbling around trying to get him on camera. I don't know if you guys ever hunt coyotes. Is one thing. Hunting coyotes and trying to film by yourself is a completely different ball game. Like, it's not easy to get them in frame, get set up for a shot. They're always moving. So the LCD on my camera is just a tiny little thing. I couldn't even find him in there. I couldn't get him in there at all in the view, but I could still see him. I found him in my scope a few times, so I just let the camera roll. I zoomed it out a little bit and hoped for the best. And I actually didn't think you'd see him at all, but you can actually catch him up in the top left corner of the screen here as I play this next little clip. And you guys will be able to hopefully see a bit of it. Apologize for that. So yeah, let's have a look at this footage. Not the best kill shot, I apologize, but we got a coyote down. Sorry guys, there was no way we were gonna see him. He's in this grass right here somewhere. Apologies for that, guys. I just couldn't get him on film. I was looking right at him, but couldn't find him with the camera. And yeah, even when I shot, there was little to look at there, but enough for a big coyote. Decent enough looking coyote. Looks like the furs are they starting to come around, so super safe to go after him. Sorry about that footage, guys. I know everyone wants to see the shot. Doesn't always work out that way. So guys, third stand of the year. We're on public land. It's grazing lease. There's cows way off in the distance. I drove in back here, parked on the other side of the trees and walked in. Big open area again, 180 degrees of just massive area where they can come from. As you can see, I'm not overly concerned about concealment. I've always heard camel behind you just as good as in front. So there's got 3 stands this year. Seen 3 coyotes. Shot at 2. There's 1 miss, 1 I didn't get a shot at. He just barked at me in the bush. And the 3rd one is here. So, yeah, have a look at them. Fur's looking nice. If you guys ever drag them, I know most people drag them by their front feet. That way you're not pulling the hair backwards. Keeps it nice and smooth. Yeah, fur's looking nice. So this is a big coyote, fairly good size. I don't know if I'll weigh him or not, but you know, he's a decent sized coyote, so big male. So if we're calling at this location, guys, I just went with DSG cottontail right off the hop, right from the start. It's a big area. There's cows making a lot of noises out there, and I want it to be heard, so I didn't. Lots of times I'll try with a softer call first, and then kick. If nothing comes in, I'll go into more aggressive. But this one here, with the noise the cows were making out there, I wanted to be heard. So it was either DSG cottontail or lightning jack is what I would have used here.